So here's a little bit of information about preparing for tax time and gathering your documents so that you have what you need in order to get situated for tax time. So let's make sure we're okay. It's that time. You want to get your documents all set and prepared to be filed and submitted to our office so that we can get your taxes prepared, get your documents done, review with you, and all of so let's talk about your business and getting prepared for tax time. It can be a big deal. It can be kind of daunting. And for that reason, we really recommend that you keep track of your documents, your business income, and your business expenses throughout the year. If you wait till the end of the year, a lot of times it can be pretty overwhelming and it can sometimes make you late filing. So if you can do what you can, and nobody's perfect, but if you make the effort, then you'll be in much better shape. So what do you need to track and how do you do that? That's pretty easy. We need to see all of your business income and all of your business expenses. Those items really need to be included in full on your tax return. So here's a little bit about us. First off, welcome. Welcome to HS Financial Services. We've been in business for 20 years or so, and here's just a list of some of the services that we've been offering our clients during that time. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Stacy Hofflersmith. I'm an enrolled agent. I'm a co-founder at HS Financial as well as a general partner. And we are located in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So how this works with tax time with your business. In a nutshell, your taxes are calculated on the net income or, on the net profit or net loss of your business. So whether that's the income, it's your income minus your expenses. So your gross income, these are terms that you really need to know. Your gross income, what is that versus your net income? Your gross income is pretty much all income, everything that you were paid, anything that was compensation for the business activity that you provide, any income derived from that is your gross income in total for the tax year. Your net income is your gross income, all the income that I just described, subtracting then all of your expenses, anything that you paid out that was to further your business, to make your business work, normal expenses for your industry, anything that you spent in that regard, we're subtracting that from your gross income. And I have a little diagram here to kind of bring the point home. Gross income minus expenses equals your net income. And what's the point of all that? The point is this: the IRS allows for you to subtract any expenses that are normal, ordinary, and customary in your line of work. And when you do that, you arrive at the net amount, whether that's a net profit or a net loss, but that is the figure that will drive what amount you're paying in taxes. This is a figure that your taxes are calculated on. So to get the best result at tax time, we want to make sure that we have everything. We have all of your business income. We have all of your business expenditures. And to clarify, again, the tax code allows for the gross income before your, which is the total income before expenses. Then we subtract your expense items to arrive at the net profit or net loss, which is that amount that we get after we subtract your expenses. So information you'll need to collect that will help us and basically make it so that we have everything that we need for you for tax time. You need the income items that you need and the expense items that you need. We have some of them listed here, and it helps to have it in a visual like this. So you can easily read you income items, forms 1099-M or form 1099 NEC for net, and from non-employee compensation. And that's from any individuals or companies that you did work for and they paid you. And then at the end of the year, they give you that as an income statement. There may be some individuals that you did work for where you don't get a 1099, but you should then be keeping track in a ledger, Excel, QuickBooks, some sort of format that tracks what your income is in total. By the same token, your expenses are the same. You should have some system that you're tracking your all your expenses, whether it is again a ledger or QuickBooks. Those are common. QuickBooks is a type of software that is typically used by small business owners. You may have receipts, and we do recommend receipts for larger items. And then key thing that we want to have from you are your monthly bank statements for the tax year. We need that. Monthly bank statements from your business account in particular. If you've made purchases from your personal account, then we want to have those bank statements as well. You may also have vendor accounts at a particular store that you always stop at, and they may be able to print out an account statement for the year showing all of your purchases. Some of my commercial painters and home remodeling individuals, a lot of times the businesses, the stores that they shop at regularly, they have an account and they're able to print that out for them at the end of the year. So that's very helpful as well. And what we have here are just some samples of expense items that may be used. Every business is different, and there are some things that may be relevant for you and other things that may not. So the key is for this to jog your memory, get the juices flowing, get you in the mode of thinking of what counts as a deductible expense that you can use. So there's some categories of things that you may notice here, and there may be items that are not even listed here that you can use, but this just helps you get the ball rolling in terms of getting your brain thinking in this way, from lease payments and utilities for commercial space, not your personal home. We would be looking more for a commercial space. Communication and technology, so that would include internet, phones, office supplies. You may have printer and printer supplies, office furniture. For car and transportation, that could mean that you're paying Uber fees or taxi fees. It could also mean that there's mileage that we need to be incorporating if you do driving with your business activity. So all kinds of things. If you go on conferences or you do a lot of travel, the airfare and the hotel, the business meals during those trips, lots of different things. And if you have questions on anything, definitely reach out. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure that you're getting every deduction that you are entitled to, and you are taking every expense that you are entitled to. Uh, so that's what we do. So next up is sending us your documents. How do you do that? So we have a couple options, and we're living in this virtual space, trying to stay safe, and then also just taking advantage of whatever technology is out there. We do have a portal, and you may have heard me mention it in a different video, but our portal is pretty awesome. And this is our preferred way to receive documents from you. Uh, you can easily upload your documents here. This is a screenshot that gives you kind of an idea of what you can expect to see. What happens when you first start with us is you'll receive an activation link for the portal. And once you're in and you start and you indicate that you're ready to start getting your taxes together, we'll make sure that you start getting those communications to help guide what you need to fill out and where you need to upload things to the portal. All right. You can also download the app to your phone. That is super awesome. I am personally very excited about that. We've had in the last year, as we've been pivoting and trying to adjust to this new COVID space that we're in, it's really forced us to up our game a bit, level up somewhat in terms of what we're doing to stay safe and take advantage of all of the technology that's out there to help us with our efforts at virtually running our office and communicating with you and making the process easy for you. So this is just another element of that. This program can be downloaded to your phone, and that makes it so that when you need to submit documents to us, if you don't have ready access to a scanner, you can use the app to scan your documents and upload them directly to us, right in the portal, right where we need to see them. Just, it's perfect, and it's something that's very much needed for particularly for tax time or any time that you need to send us documents. So again, our preference, very strong preference, is that you use the portal to submit any documents. However, if it is necessary, and if you're not comfortable or you have problems with that, one, you certainly can call our wonderful front desk that is there to support you and try to walk you through some steps. But we also do still have our fax line, which we can use to submit documents. You can use email, although email is not as secure. So only in the absolute last resort that you have, use the email. You can do a drop off directly to our office, but it does need to be scheduled if you're going to do that in person. And the reason for that is our staff is scheduled to work remotely certain days of the week, certain hours of the day. And we want to make sure that if you're coming by the office, there's somebody there to receive them and to greet you and to make sure that the handoff is smooth and easy. Additionally, we want to make sure that we don't have too many people scheduled to be in or dropping off at the same time. We want to avoid having an office full of people, so much so that it's impossible to maintain that social distance that we're trying to do. Okay, we're trying to accomplish. All right. Online, you're going to see in your portal your business organizer, and honestly, you'll see your 1040 organizer as well. But your business organizer, we're talking about that at this point. You'll see that, and this is a screenshot of what you'll see in your portal. Everything is easily accessible from the navigation on the left, and you find pretty much whatever you need. The document section shows where any of your files are uploaded and saved. The organizers would be in the organizer section, easily seen right there. Here are the documents. And in the documents also, you'll see your expense checklist, and there'll be also a PDF version of the business organizer in the case that you feel like you might want to still use that as well. Okay. All right. Still have the business tax organizer here below. All these things at your fingertips, you can't beat it. It's there again, there is a PDF version of these documents available. They are in your portal as well, but we would like for you to use the organizer that's part of the system, and you'll easily be able to see that. Okay, but this is the old organizer. You're used to seeing this. And this checklist will be in there. And this is nothing that you would fill out, but it is just a guide, as it's a list of common expense items. Again, this is not all inclusive, nor are these expense items relevant for every business. It really is just a guide so that you can get thinking and get your thinking and brain sort of geared towards the kinds of items that we would be looking for you. Okay. These items, the business organizer and the checklist, they really are critical, and they help us by providing us with your business details and identifying the expense items that you're trying to use. And it also helps you in collecting the appropriate documents so that we have all the data that we need. Okay, there's a space on there for you to identify your EIN number if you have one, as well as your business address. All of these things we need in order to complete your business taxes. One thing that's pretty interesting is that it really doesn't matter a ton which type of entity business structure you have. So they're all treated pretty much the same way in that we must have the business income, we must have the business expenses. And in large part, the categories are very similar. So if you're providing us the documents, we'll just put them in the categories that are appropriate for that business entity type. There may be different forms. If there's an LLC, that is filed in LLC or sole proprietorship. Those two entity types are filed as part of your 1040 tax return, part of your personal return. So it's just additional forms that are used with your personal return. For an S Corp or C Corp, nonprofit, partnership returns, those are actually separate tax returns. So you would be filing a separate business return and a second return, which would be your 1040, your regular 1040 personal individual return. But in either case, we still need the business income, we still need the business expenses, which means we do need whatever 1099s you have, we need whatever list of expenses you have, and we also would like to have your bank statements for the year so we can do a quick review of what's listed on there to make sure that things aren't being missed that could come back and cause you problems later. That's it. That's all that you need to know for the moment. And if there are questions that you might have, if I missed something, if something's not clear, please reach out definitely give us a call or send an email. Either one, here's my contact information. Our goal is always to make sure that you're comfortable and that you have the information that you need. Our front desk, they're rock stars. I mean, they are just really dedicated to making sure that you have what you need and help you to submit documents as you're trying to, and to get us, meaning the tax professionals, what they need in order to do our job the best. I'll be talking to you very soon. Take care. And if you need anything else, reach out and give us a call. Thanks.